What's up, fam? It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, back on the IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor, in case you didn't know, that's icydk.blog. Make sure you check them out on all mobile devices in the World Wide Web. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Heaven Hollywood _Clark, CLARK. Well, it's over. It's finally over. The Tory Lanez versus, the state of California versus Tory Lanez in the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion, dating back to, July 12th, 2020, is finally over and completed. Tory Lanez was sentenced today to 10 years in state penitentiary. 6 years for count one, plus 4 years for the first enhancement to run consecutive. The second enhancement was dismissed. He received 2 years for count two to run concurrent to count one. Lastly, he was sentenced to 2 years for count three, which was stayed, and that's a total of 10 years. You figure if he completes a couple of programs and what have you, and they credit him for that 1 year, he can basically be out in 7 years if he stays out of trouble, and then it would be 20 years deportation. That's what it looks like. He would have to be deported for 20 years. 10 years, they said that Tory was surprised that he received a 10-year sentence. He did speak to the judge today, a lengthy speech that he gave, very heartfelt. I'll be able to go over some of the things that he said. He still is maintaining his innocence as far as shooting Megan or being responsible for the shooting, but he did take full responsibility in the part that he played, is what he said. So he said, I take full responsibility in the part that I played, in this incident. Now I'm going to read this off of Millie. Shout out to Milagro. Let's see here. Some of the things she was saying, she was covering almost word for word. Good job by her of what Tory was saying. Now, Tory said, I want to apologize for everything I took part in. And even being in that situation, and for everything I did wrong, I take full responsibility, and I'm mature enough to say I was wrong. He says, I'm not asking for special treatment or for you to go beyond the scope of what you do. I'm just asking for you to give me the chance to be a better father, mentor, and to be better for my employees. Please don't judge me over this conviction. Please look at my 30 years of life. Megan Cuniff reported that Tory spoke for several minutes. He said he still cares about Megan. He called her someone I still care clearly to this day, regardless of what she may think of him. He said, the victim's my friend. He also talked about drinking with Megan because they both lost their mother. Drinking with Megan till they were both drunk, numb, till they were numb. Drinking till they were both numb. So, the fact that he says he still cares for Megan is wild to me, but this is what narcissists do. Tory Lanez is a narcissist, so this is what narcissists do. He also said, that night I said some immature things and let some secrets out. I revealed to them some secrets that I shouldn't have, and for that I apologize, but I can't change that, he says. He said, the victim in this case is my friend, and she still is my friend even to this day. And we both lost our mothers. We used to sit and drink until we both were numb. Again, about the shooting, Megan Cuniff reported, I said some immature things. I'm doing it both of them because I'm reading Milagros and reading Megan Cuniff to make sure that they're both, that since Milagro reported first. I want to make sure that Megan Cuniff is reporting. She's not as detailed as Milagro. I found that a little shady. I did text her and say, hey, how come you're not putting everything that's being reported? Um, Also, let's see some of the other things he said when he spoke to the judge, right? He said some things when he spoke to the judge. They also put, he basically was telling telling the judge, not to judge him, by his this little one drunken night, or scope out his entire 30 years. When you judge him, don't judge him just by this. I just want you to be a better person, and I want to prove to you that I will do this right if you give me another chance at life. He also said, honestly, I do have a habitual disorder. Not sure what he means by that. He asked the court to accept him as a person, not a star, and said he was speaking to them as a fiance and a father. So it got discovered that fiance, he actually is a fiance, right? There was an entire presentation. He addressed everyone and thanked everyone, his family, his friends. He even thanked the prosecutors. He mentioned that he didn't prepare a statement because he wanted to speak from his heart. Judge Harper said he saw Lane's post-shooting conduct against Megan as major aggravating factor. Yes, so everything that he did after the shooting, the judge said he saw it and he considered it a major factor, a major aggravating factor. And that is the taunting, the showing up at Rolling Loud when he had the order of protection. Then going online and saying something to her and breaking the other order of protection. Remind me of the animator I saw the judge in trial when he told Lane's lawyer, George Magison, that lyrics Lane wrote about Megan and the shooting, was very relevant. So the lyrics, when I was telling people, I felt told Tory should have took the stand, they're saying, oh, he was afraid they were going to use his lyrics against him. Well, guess what? They used it against him anyway. So while people are arguing with me all day, and while I was saying the whole entire time, Tory should take the stand. When I saw how the case was going, first thing is he should have took the plea. I hate to play the woulda, shoulda, coulda, but he should have took the plea like Sean Hawley wanted him to. For everybody who does not know, let me tell you exactly what happened. See, people aren't going to do that. He was offered a plea before trial. This is the fact. They all get offered pleas. All right? His plea offer, from what I understand, is yes, he still would have had to been deported. However, he would have did, 1 to 3 years? He just would have had to take the gun charge? 5 years tops? 3 to 5, I believe it was 1 to 3. The assault gets taken off. It'd be the negligence, I believe, and the unregistered vehicle. He probably would have did 3 years, and he'd be out. Do you realize if Tory Lanez would have took that plea deal, he'd be out of jail right now, or planning to get out? That's how long it's been. But no, the deportation, he's more concerned about being in America and making American money. You can still make money in Canada. They still got Spotify in Canada. So Tory Lanez was concerned this whole entire time with the way he's being perceived. He didn't want to take the plea. No, that's gonna make it seem like I did it. Who cares? Your fans are gonna rock with you anyway. So he should have took the plea from the beginning, like Sean Hawley tried to get him to do. Do I think it was too much? Listen, if I'm looking at it from this grand scheme of things, I would say I think 10 was a little excessive. However, no disrespect. I'm not going to disrespect Megan Thee Stallion like that because we don't know. We can only imagine what Megan's went through. So who am I to say I'm not the victim? Who am I to say, 10's too much? She should be okay with 5. I can't say that. And like I said, and here's something that he said that I thought really ticked the judge off. He basically went back to the race card and said, here's your opportunity to either put another young black man in jail or give him the opportunity to change and be a better person. And I believe that pissed the judge off. Because once again, you're trying to make yourself a victim, right? You're trying to make yourself a victim. They also put on these little things on the internet showing Megan Thee Stallion antagonizing Tory, right? But that was only after Tory was antagonizing her online. But they did show stuff to show that it wasn't just one-sided. Megan was antagonizing Tory online. I mean, this is tough. You never want to see a young black man go to jail. But Tory Lanez had every opportunity. At first, when she called him to go to the party at Kylie Jenner's house, should have just said no. Okay? He didn't. Once he got there, once Megan said, they were going home, you got EJ here. Have him take you home. No, you're not going to use my driver. He could have said that. Once he didn't, and the driver came back, they got kicked out of Kylie's. Once they're driving in his car, they got into another altercation. And he said, right, remember they got the car twice. The first time, he let her back in. Second time he said, get these bees out my car. They let him out. They were at a bus stop. Why didn't you let them stay there? Why didn't you let them stay there? So he had ample opportunity for this not to happen, but he coaxed Meg back into the car again. And then after that is when it happened. So I don't want to hear anything about he got set up. This was a setup. There's no way that anybody could set that up. Anybody would know that would go the way it went. How did they know that when she called Tory that she was even going to be able to contact him? How did they know it was going to go that way? This was not a setup. It was plain and simply Tory Lanez making bad decisions. And of course, Megan's not innocent. But you had ample opportunity to leave her where she wanted to get out the car. Get the F out. And we're peeling. You wanted to get out? Get out. We're peeling off. So, it's sad. But at the same time, you got to pay. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And all these stuff about her not getting shot and all these dumb takes that people having when Tory's lawyer is sitting up there saying she was shot. Somebody got shot. The clip was empty. It was no more in the magazine. And the gun was warm to the touch. Somebody got shot. Okay? She stepped on glass. Where's the glass? She kicked the window out. The back window wasn't kicked out. They would have definitely looked and said, where's the window? Where'd you kick the window out? They would have definitely questioned that and went back to the scene and say, where'd you kick out the window? If there was any busted windows, they would have brought that up. She didn't kick out the glass. She got shot, a ricochet into her feet, sharp nose in there, and fragments were in there. You know that's what happened, right? Tory Lanez, you had every opportunity to take the stand. That's what you should have did. If I'm innocent, I'm not letting anybody accuse me of nothing. And I'm not going to let 12 strangers decide my freedom. I'm going to go down swinging on my own. If I get up there and I say this B is lying, this is exactly what happened, and they still find me guilty, hey, I gave him my best shot. All right, so Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years. We'll see what happens. Appeals coming next. That's probably not going to happen at least for another 16, 17, 18 months, somewhere in there. And he will be facing deportation after he does the time. That's basically if he doesn't win the appeal. Which I don't think he's going to win the appeal, but you never know. All right, it's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with your friends.